Hey, shop owner, what are you doing with that piece of crap scan tool?
I'm trying to get by with this thing in my shop every day.
Here, you need the new Icon T8.
Wow. Hey everyone, this is Tom with Fresh Vintage Garage. Today we're checking out a brand new scan tool, the Icon scan tool from Harbor Freight. We'd like to welcome Harbor Freight to the channel and thank them for sponsoring this video and sending this over. Looking at this, if you've not heard of the Icon series, I can say this is not your father's Harbor Freight, so to speak. They're known for having a price point or a value set of tools. Looking at the Icon series, if you're looking at their toolboxes or their hand tools, and now the Icon Scan Tool series, I would encourage you to stop by your local Harbor Freight and actually check out this series because I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed with what you're finding. Taking a look at the T8 here, this is the MRDS T8. We're calling it the T8 scan tool from Harbor Freight. Quick note, we already opened this just to charge it and update it so that the software is 100%, but that's the only reason it's open. I promise I'm going to take this thing out of the box, but I just wanted to show you a few specs on here. Icon T8 scan tool has a 1-year warranty, 2-year subscription to Identifix, and then looking through here has a 2 gigahertz quad-core processor. I'm going to get into tech specs a little bit more in just a minute. A bunch of coverage for across the globe, has CAN and ADAS support. If you've never heard of ADAS, definitely a big up-and-coming thing with radar sensing and car, like accident avoidance, active braking, lane departure, stuff like that, all those radars and cameras. ADAS helps keep all that stuff in check and calibrated. Looking through here, a bunch of diagnostics, bidirectional support, all your usual suspects, OBD2, live data graphing, blah, blah, blah. Also has something I'm excited because it's kind of geeky stuff, Android 10, and it has Google Play on it. So I'm excited to see, don't be surprised if you end up seeing Netflix playing on this thing in this video. Let me flip this around, I'll show you some of the tech specs on the back here. Going down here, we actually have an 8-inch touchscreen. It's an HD screen, 4-core, 2 gigahertz processor. And forgive me, I'm not just reading off the box here. What I want to explain to you folks is, think about that $50, that $70 scan tool that you buy somewhere. What's it going to be like in 5 years? Think of the Android 7 that's on it now. Think of the lack of memory it has now. Then think of how OEM software is increasingly getting more and more thick and complicated and voluminous. And in 5 years, is that $50, $70 scan tool you bought, is it even going to have the oomph, the horsepower really to process the data and work with the car? This definitely has plenty of performance to keep you going for many, many years to come. Looking at a few other things here. Dual speakers. I can't believe it has dual speakers, but it's fantastic. Let's go ahead and we'll open this up and we'll show you what's inside right now. Pull this out of here. I set the box here on the ground. Big props to Harbor Freight for having metal clasps and not plastic ones. And obviously here's the scan tool. We'll talk about that in a minute. When you buy one of these, your serial number's here, and then you actually have to open this. It's like a paper check almost, and the activation code is directly behind this. So keep that in mind when you buy one of these. Looking in here, we have our wireless connector, and what this is basically your on and off, or no, I'm sorry. Wow, sorry. That's our I/O right there, not on and off. I can't believe I said that. And then this is your serial connector to the OBD2 connector. There's also a second one here if you need the DLIP plug. So that's right there. And then USB-C, big props to them for using USB-C, and your power. Let's pull this out of here and I'll turn it on. And while it's turning on, I'll show you some of the features on the exterior of it here. This is where that plug I was just mentioning, the USB-A plug, goes right there. And then this is your power and data, USB-C. And looking around it, durable, it feels solid. And on the back here, I completely forgot about the stylus. So there's our, right there. And also there is a stylus, if you'd like to use that. Not seeing a flash, but there is an 8 megapixel camera And there's actually a camera here, so I guess if you wanted to put take Zoom calls or something on here, you could. But let me hit the home button here. So here's our main page, and you can see the different icons on here. We're effectively getting into a day and age where, you know, T8 aside, more and more of these scan tools are basically a tablet with the customized scan tool software on it. And looking at the icon series here, this is our main home screen. We're going to go outside right now and scan a few cars and see what we can find in each of them, see if there's anything going on. Maybe there's something hidden that, like a check engine light's not on, but we still see something going on the backside. Let's go do that right now. We are here with the T8 scan tool in a 2017 Ford Escape, and we're just going to walk through some of the software and some of the features that's in the actual software on the scan tool. I'm going to go bottom to the top because the OBD2, that's a super common one that everyone knows, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But the toolbox itself has repair information, a calculator if you need it. If you've taken any images, you can go right here, and so on and so forth. There's even a live voltage check with the vehicle. And let's back out of here. So settings, this is more for the scan tool. So you can see all the options in here. You can see where we've actually put our account and stuff like that in here. Update is where you do your software updates. TPMS info is an interesting location where you can go in and find your year, make, and model and find the manual learning for the TPMS setup. So kind of neat to see that this is an option. This would probably take you a little bit of time, but definitely cool to see that that is an option within the software here. Keep backing out here. And records is if you were using this as like a shop owner situation, you could keep your reports here, or if you had recorded data streams, or if you were going to clean up data, you can do all that here in this area. Okay, let's get to the main event here. That's what everyone's for. You hear the VCI unit just connected to this, and it'll go through the different protocols. Okay, so we have 2017 Ford Escape, and let's go to up here. We're going to go to our menu, and go to all. Nope, we want to go. Sorry, we want to go to Enter. There we go. So we have a couple different things in here. We have reading trouble codes, read data, and so on. So let's go into read some trouble codes. And the check engine light is not on in the Escape here, so there's no data coming back for the fault codes or check engine light. Let's go to read some live data. So you can see, let me just zip through here. You can see all of the stuff that's in here. And I'll go slow back through this so you can kind of get a better idea. There's everything from oxygen sensors to fuel air command equivalence ratio and so on and so forth. I'm just going to grab a few random things. This thing's cold, so let's see if the fuel air mixture, let's see what happens with that when I do that. Fuel rail pressure and engine coolant temperature. Let's just grab one or two more here. I'm not sure how many it'll let me grab, but I'm going to keep doing this until it doesn't let me do it anymore. So one more, and we'll start the car. There we go. In here, you can combine these into actual data points, like graphed data, and you can see it's all running here now. If I want to split them out to kind of like focus on one specifically, I can do that here. So really handy to be able to come in here and start looking at this to really dig into one specific area. Maybe you think you have a sensor going wonky, so you want to split these out to kind of watch and see what kind of readings it's giving. Really, really handy tool. Let me go ahead and turn the car off, and I'll turn it right back on here. Forgive the beeping. And looking through here, if we had any trouble codes, we could clear them here. And then let's go to the vehicle information. That one's pretty quick and fast. That just tells you the vehicle VIN. If you had a calibration ID number you can find that here. So we've worked through all the other side menu options here. Let's go to the main event, the diagnostics. So we are in the all system code scan section here. Let me just click this and we'll see what happens here. And let me see if I can scroll. Yeah, there we go. Keep scrolling through to see what it's doing. There we go. So we have completed our scan and we're seeing driver front door module, passenger front door module, and rear gate. Interesting. So a couple things to take a look at here. I'll just look at this first one to see what it says. Missing communication with door control module. So if we wanted to clear all of our data trouble codes, we could here. Or if we wanted to repair the vehicle and then hit rescan, we could come back in here and scan it again here as well. Let's see what else is in these tabs here. So these are all the ones that checked out. Good to see all of the normal operating here. And then the malfunction indicator lamp here, or the check engine light basically, is off is what it's saying. So nice little breakout of the issues versus, everything that checked out in here within the software. Let's go to, I want to see what happens when we detect equipped systems. So let's see what comes up here. As you can imagine, this is detecting all the, modules and all of the factory options in this 2017 Escape. We'll let this run real quick and we'll see what it comes back with. And we have all of the equipped options here. Quite a few here, so really, really well optioned out Escape. Let me hit the back button here. And okay, so we have system selection. So if we just wanted to do a manual scan, like an individual system scan, versus the automatic one that just literally went through everything in the car, this is where we would do it. So you can see everything from PCM to the digital signal processing module and so on and so forth. So really cool to be able to dig into any one module, any one system in the car to see what's going on. Let's go to special functions and we'll do body. Okay, so this gives a bunch of different options here. You can actually initialize the power window, driver's side, before beginning. So yeah, we're not going to go any further than this, but this is where you can actually, I believe, actuate the windows. So I'm going to not be doing that, but good to see that that's in here. Let's see what kind of service functions we have. So we have engine immobilizer, lock configuration. So you can see we're getting into the weeds on what this is capable of, but it's cool to see this many items in here that's potentially accessible in the scan tool. A lot of different stuff in here. And let me back out of here. We're going to look for the oil light resets and basically the actual battery management system and the diesel particulate filter resets. And here they are right here. So that was under common function. So we have oil reset, electronic parking brake, steering angle sensor, and so on and so forth. So pretty comprehensive list of things that you might need to do on the vehicle, like day-to-day maintenance. So really nice to see that, comprehensive list here. And let's go down to module programming and programmable module installation and programmable parameters. Let's see what's in here. So if you needed to actually communicate and potentially reprogram, it looks like you have that capability in here. And forgive me, I'm not 100% sure on all of the nuances to each one of these. So you definitely have to check with Harbor Freight and Icon to fully understand the capabilities here. But really cool to see the possible options and the offerings with the T8. Let me exit and manually reset service. Let's go in here and see what we have. Ford, and we have the Escape. We have a 2-liter, and this is not a diesel, so it's gasoline. And so this is what I thought it was. Okay, so this is the manual procedure for oil light, like turning the maintenance light off. This is how you do it step by step to get that light to go off on the dash there. So let me hit OK. Let me back out of here all the way. There we go. And let's just jump back in here one more time to see if there's anything we missed. Speaking of miss, as I go right past forward there. And okay, so I see test description about Ford models. So there's some general information here about that. Go up here to tasks. Let's see what's under tasks here. So this is actually, you can't really see it that well, but if you look at the screen, you can see what the windows I've had open within this actual software app. So if I wanted to jump between the settings and then go back to the home page, I could quickly do that from any one screen. So wrapping things up, the Harbor Freight Icon T8 Professional Series scan tool here. Solid unit, very chunky, you know, but not too chunky. It's definitely built to fall on the floor and be perfectly fine at the garage. If you are a shop owner and you're looking for a first or second tool, I would definitely tell you to take a look at this and consider it. Watch the video here and do your homework. Make sure this is the right one for you. You can find this on harborfreight.com, and you can also find it at your friendly neighborhood Harbor Freight store. With that, if you like scan tools, if you like shop equipment, if you like keeping your cars certified fresh, Fresh Vintage Garage is your channel. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.